prosecution, land registration authority. I'm not an expert in punching or what, so I wouldn't know. But I cannot imagine that a machine, you punch it and a name appears, then the Corona, there's already a connection with Corona. I mean, is that how these machines work? I mean, you can imagine, no? You're looking for Corona. Then you punch a machine, then something else comes out, and then you don't double check it. What I'm saying to say, even if the name of Corona appeared, you should have double checked it. Because this is an official document. This dated 10 January 2012. And you started, the first inquiry was, I think, can you please tell me, Mr. Witness, the first inquiry by phone, what date was that? I think January 4.
Around that time, Your Honor.
All right. January 4 was the first inquiry by phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Of Congressman Tupas.
No, Your Honor. By the media, Your Honor.
By the media.
Media.
Oh, see?
Media.
By the media. The request of Congressman Tupas was what date? Also by telephone. No, by letter. When was it?
Before January 10, Your Honor.
All right. So media asked you January 4. Then it's 10 January, your answer is dated 10 January. Now, media was interested, the prosecution was interested, and you come out with this. With this list. I mean, Mr. President, I'm not passing judgment here, but I'm calling the attention here of the prosecution, but you have to be careful. I don't like to appear here as a judge and then I am misled. Thank you very much.
I just want to understand the sequence. Congressman Tupas wrote you a letter inquiring about lands registered in the name of the respondent as well as his wife, isn't it?
He called me up, Your Honor, by phone.
He called you up first?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then he followed it up with a letter?
After I have submitted the documents, Your Honor, they made another, the prosecution, Your Honor, made another request, this time including supporting documents, Your Honor.
No, just a minute. He called, Congressman Tupas called you by phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you submitted to him documents already?
The next day, Your Honor. Yes, the next day or 2 days after, Your Honor.
He did not write you a letter?
He did not, Your Honor.
All right. You submitted to him a reply in writing enclosing some titles.
Certified copies of titles, Your Honor.
All right. Did he mention to you the names that you should search from
Yes,
your
sir.
record?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who are the names that he mentioned?
Chief Justice and family, Your Honor.
Did he name the families?
He did.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who are the families he mentioned?
Renato Corona, Cristina Rocco Corona, Francis Vincent Corona, Charina Corona, Maria Carla Corona Castillo, Your Honor, and the husband, Constantino Castillo III, Your Honor.
How come that the name of Constantino Castillo and another woman was included in your listing? How come that Ismail Matay was included in your listing? How come that some other names were included in your listing?
When we punch a name, Your Honor, the result from the computer, maybe because he was a transferor or transferee, a seller, any document, Your Honor, that is in our computer database will register a hit if there is a name that is entered, in that document, Your Honor.
So when you punch Constantino Castillo Jr., automatically the name Constantino Castillo or Del Castillo
Yes, Your
Senior appeared.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you traced it.
We print it, Your Honor.
You printed it.
The Register of Deeds, Your Honor, will print it, Your Honor.
Ah, okay. All right.
Your Honor, can I just make a very short statement? Please, Your Honor.
Yes, yes.
With utmost respect to the Honorable Senator Joker Arroyo, there was a statement earlier that the prosecution has misled the public by attaching this letter dated 10 January 2012, coming from the Land Registration Authority, to our request for subpoena. Just to be fair to the prosecution panel, Your Honor, just want to state for the record that we did not mislead the public by attaching Annex A, which is the Land Registration Authority letter. We have every reason to believe the authenticity of these documents, and we attach it in good faith. In our, it turned out later that some of the properties are not listed in the names of the family, and we did not include that in our offer of evidence. But I would like to confirm, Your Honor, that when I called the Land Registration Authority Administrator, I specifically mentioned the name of Renato Corona, Maria Cristina Corona, Maria Carla Corona, Maria Charina Corona, and Francis Corona. And it turned out here that one of the properties listed in the name of Maria Carla, and Constantino was used by the prosecution to support the theory of the prosecution that there was a simulated deed of assignment. And we did this, Your Honor, because we are in search for the truth. And lastly, I just want to comment on that allegedly spurious document that was mentioned also by Senator Arroyo, whom I deeply respect. That I do not recall this honorable tribunal ruling on the said document containing the used as Annex A by the prosecution with respect to bank accounts. I do not recall this tribunal concluding that it is spurious. In fact, on record, the documents elicited initially based on that Annex A, which we used as a basis for the request for subpoena, were admitted as evidence for the prosecution. So I just want to put that on record, and thank you very much, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, please.
The gentleman from Bukidnon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Para lang maunawan, para malinaw lang, Mr. Witness, ito pong computer nyo at saka yung software na nasa loob po, pag nag-punch yung name, parang search engine ito, parang Google ang labas. Ganun ba po ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor. It's capable of that, Your Honor.
So, maski na yung pangalan nandun, pero hindi siya buyer-seller, basta naka-annotate yung pangalan sa titulo, lalabas din yung... Ganun po ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor.
At kaya nga siguro lumabas itong iba, dahil may connection. May sinasabi kang trace back. How much far back does this go ba?
It can go as far as the original title, Your Honor. OCT, Your Honor.
The OCT.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, basta may pangalan lang, lalabas at lalabas yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ganun. Thank you po.
Okay. The lady senator from Taguig.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I address my question to the witness. Mr. Witness, sabi po ninyo that you entered the name of Corona in your computer, and it's you mentioned something about it being a general database search, and based on that general database search, these were the properties that appeared.
General name search, Your Honor.
General name search.
In the database, Your Honor.
And these are the properties that appeared. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you also said that nung tinatanong kayo ni Senator Arroyo at ni Senator Jinggoy, sabi niyo po, yung search na yon would lalabas dyan ang name na Corona in any way na kung nandun ang pangalan na Corona sa dokumento, lalabas yon dito sa ano. So, in whatever capacity na nandun ang pangalan, lilitaw yung name na yon.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, in other words, pwedeng hindi siya ang may-ari ng property.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Pero po, pag tinignan ko po yung letter nyo kay Congressman Tupas, which you say that was issued upon his request, sabi nyo po dito, pursuant to your official request for the information relative to real estate properties registered in the name of Renato Corona, please find enclosed herewith certified true copies of titles registered in their names. So
Yeah.
sabi nyo sa sulat nyo, itong 45 ay registered in their names.
In the names of the registered owners, Your Honor.
Ayun ho ang confusing. Kasi po, this is an impeachment case and lumalabas ho, based on my understanding, ako, and I think I am of average intelligence, it would appear that you were certifying that registered in the name of Corona are these properties. Wala ho akong nababasang dokumento, wala ho akong nababasang statement dito because after the 45, it simply states, kindly acknowledge receipt hereof. Thank you. Wala akong nakalagay dito any caveat, any disclaimer, any qualification similar to what you made now. So I raise the same concern that Senator